episodes back, we saw Gino confront Jasmine after he decided to go through his phone records and he found evidence that Jasmine had been talking to Matt 4 months before they went on the last resort. He confronted her and she's like, well, of course, I was calling him and he was giving me rides to the gym when you were refusing to give me rides. Well, Gino really didn't say much in that moment when she said that, but now he had a few more things to say on Instagram. Now he's been able to sit down and think about what she said, and he said, I just wanted to set the record straight. Jasmine mentioned on the show that I knew about Matt picking her up and taking her to the gym, and I agreed to this. This is completely false and not true. I never knew Matt was picking her up and taking her to the gym, and I would never agree to it. As a matter of fact, I didn't know about Matt at all because this was happening 3 months before couples therapy. This is when she refused to let me drive her to the gym, and she told me she was taking Ubers when in fact Matt was coming over and picking her up. I had no idea, and my bad for not walking out and checking. I didn't find out Matt was actually picking her up until after couples therapy and after we separated. I definitely wasn't happy when I eventually found out about this. I remember when Jasmine first brought up Matt at the resort, and Gino had no idea, at least he acted like he had no idea about Matt beforehand. And I was like, man, like, where the hell were you all this time when Jasmine was getting picked up by Matt every day for months? Like, are you just gone all day? Are you not paying attention to your woman? And this one blogger that's usually on Jasmine's side, she posted Gino's response, and she said, for 3 months, Gino didn't care to even walk Jasmine to the door to say goodbye and check she was safe in an Uber. And Gino responded, and he said, my dearest Alexa, this is because she would most always sneak out of the house without me knowing to grab her ride with Matt. Then me texting her, asking her where she's at, and she tells me she's at the gym. Sorry, this is no excuse for cheating and getting rides from gym guy down the street behind my back without my knowledge, but nice try. Hopefully Gino learned his lesson from this and realized, like, maybe if I just opened my eyes and paid the hell attention, that I could have seen what was going on around me. Either Jasmine's really good at sneaking out. Maybe she's got, like, a lot of practice from sneaking out, like, in her younger days, like her high school days. Or Gino is just like in his own little world, not even paying attention for Jasmine to be able to talk to Matt for hours at a time under the same roof as Gino and sneak off with him every single day. I guess Gino was too busy jacking off and playing fantasy football. And you know what? Looking back, I bet Jasmine was banging her ex Dane the whole time, especially since she had to live in the same apartment building as him. And the fact she just cheated so quickly in the US, it tells me that she was probably cheating back in Panama too. That's just my opinion. So we see Jasmine get left in the parking lot by Gino. He pulls out, damn near hits her, leaves her behind with the clothes and the dusty coffee machine, and drives off. So Jasmine calls up Matt, and she's like, I need you to come get me right now. So Matt pulls up, and she didn't get in the car at first. He walks out and walks up to her, and you would think with him getting out of the car, walking up to her, she would get up off the ground and start picking up her clothes and the coffee machine and helping him. But instead, she just sits there with her face in her hand, just looking down. She refuses to lift her head up, just acting like she's so sad. And she's like, yeah, Gino said he wants a divorce. He went off on me. That went nothing like how I planned. And Matt was like, just come on. And he helped Jasmine get up, brushed her shoulders off, put her in the car, and he was trying to be nice and comfort her. He was trying to hold her hand, and she's like, no, I don't want anything but to go home and be with my dog. And she's always talking about her dog, but it's like, what about your kids in Panama? Like, don't you miss them? She said like a year ago she was going to have her kids here in America in the next few years, and it's been like a year, so she's got like a year left. Time's a ticking. And I just feel bad for them having to see her always show off her new baby and she posts them here and there, but it's like, damn, mommy just made a whole new family in a whole nother country and left us behind. I would just be so sad if that was them. But she gets in the car with Matt, and he drops her back off at his house. She goes inside. She explains that Gino wants a divorce, and Matt was like, well, I think this is what you need. And Matt said, I'm not gonna lie, this is exactly how I wanted this interaction to go, because I'm hoping that Jasmine will finally wake up and smell the coffee and quit holding on to hope that things are gonna work out with her and Gino. And he's just wanting her to shut the hell up about Gino and move on and just keep it moving with him in the future and stop looking back. And I was really hoping like this would be our last encounter with Gino and Jasmine, because I just feel like it's beating a dead horse. It's so annoying. So then we see Gino, and he decides to go to the thrift store, and he is shopping around for some new clothes to try to impress Natalie. And he's sitting there looking at all these hats, and he decides to take like 10 different hats and call Natalie and do like a little fashion show for her and try on all these hats. And he better be careful, because I know somebody who got lice that way. They bought a hat from the thrift store, they wore it, and next thing you know, they had the worst lice outbreak, and it was so hard for them to get rid of it. So he better be careful. I know he doesn't have much hair, but I mean, those lice can still hang on and cling to that little patch of hair he has in the back of his head, which I still don't understand why he keeps it. It's like, do you think your hair is going to suddenly grow back one day? Because it just looks so odd back there by itself. But anyways, he calls Natalie. Natalie was excited to see him. She really wasn't feeling any of the outfits he picked out. She liked a couple of his hats, but she's like, dude, you in the bright orange, it's a no for me. Like, Gino kind of reminds me of like Darcy and Stacy. Like, he's trying to dress younger than he is, but when he tries to go for looking too young and hip, it actually makes him look older. This is my opinion, how he looked when he was like trying to wear that bright neon orange jacket. It was butt ugly, and I'm glad that Natalie told him to his face it was. And then Gino told Natalie, like, yeah, I saw Jasmine and I told her I want a divorce. And Natalie seemed pretty excited about that. But then even Gino was telling the producers at one point, yeah, I think the door's closed with me and Jasmine. But then he turned around and said, you know, there's still a small glimmer of hope. And I'm like, really, dude? Are you kidding me? Well, you better tell Natalie that. And then he got off the phone with Natalie, and he's like, yeah, so I want to divorce Jasmine. And the producers were like, okay, so when are you going to divorce her? They're probably like, okay, let's get this storyline going. Let's draw these divorce papers up and go serve her, because that'll be a juicy scene. But he's like, no, I gotta wait until the market crashes or there's a recession, because he doesn't want Jasmine to get a bunch of his money. And I think he probably has more money than Jasmine knows about that he doesn't want her having access to, which that's on him for not getting a prenup. So now that explains why we haven't seen Gino divorce Jasmine yet, because I've been saying for the longest, why is this dude still married to her? She's had a whole nother baby on him at this point. It doesn't make any sense. But he doesn't want her getting some of his money that he has tied up in the market. And if he's waiting for a recession to hit, I mean, one could happen soon, but I think he's probably going to be waiting for a while. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.